These reports are that he has 2 fractured orbitals and a broken nose. Just that alone, just the orbitals alone, like anytime you've got eye injuries, like anything severe with your eyes, long-term consequences.
Holy
oh my
smokes.
God. I mean,
that looks like a long cocaine binge right there. It took out the whole fucking left side of his nose.
That looks like you got hit with a sledgehammer. I mean,
that's crazy.
That nose is crazy.
That is crazy.
The doctors and the ref, Ilia really wanted to continue, and then and I actually think he probably won that round too.
Yeah,
that he went into
round
and
4.
Then his corner, I think, stopped the fight, and props to them.
Dana White has finally spoken about the events surrounding Ilia Topuria's condition following the fight, addressing the concerns that emerged regarding his health and the injuries he suffered inside the cage. He also shared his thoughts on what could be next for newly crowned champion Justin Gaethje. At the same time, Joe Rogan weighed in on the situation, focusing on the reported eye injury and the possible long-term effects it could have. Ilia's brother Aleksandre Topuria also responded publicly, offering an emotional message that reflected both his concern for Ilia's well-being and his pride in everything his brother has accomplished, while standing firmly behind him during a challenging period.
Say anything. Listen, if you're thinking about retiring and that's what you want to do, you know, it's probably what you should do. But on the flip side, you just beat an undefeated badass, you know, decisively finished him. And I don't know, it's just something that he needs to work out with, you know, himself and his own mind and with his family, obviously.
Yeah, if it is the way he goes out, it's an untoppable moment. What do you think? Should Michael hang it up? Should Chandler hang it up? Or do you think he can still be competitive in there?
I don't know. Listen, the guy that Michael fought is just so good. Jeez. And that's the thing about Chandler. I mean, even going into this thing, Chandler's like, look at the guys that I fought. I mean, I fought all the baddest dudes in the division. And the lightweight division is nasty. The lightweight division is like the old light heavyweight division in the UFC.
Right. No.
The discussion is no longer centered on championship belts, rankings, or potential rematches. Instead, the focus has shifted to a fighter dealing with the physical consequences of a grueling battle. Ilia Topuria was not affected by a single strike. He endured sustained damage that built up throughout the fight, round after round. When Dana White advised him to return home, rest, recover, and put thoughts of competing aside for the time being, the conversation moved beyond promotion and reflected the seriousness of the situation. This was more than an ordinary defeat. It was the result of a body and mind being pushed to their limits in one of the toughest sports in the world. In the aftermath, Aleksandre Topuria shared a heartfelt message dedicated to his brother, expressing pride in everything Ilia has achieved and appreciation to God through both triumphs and difficult lessons learned inside the cage, while also acknowledging the physical toll of the fight, including a broken nose.
Just that alone, just the orbitals alone, like anytime you've got eye injuries, like anything severe with your eyes, long-term consequences vary. You know,
it's psychological.
Absolutely.
And your body heals.
And physical.
The body is resilient.
Like, I'm telling you,
broken bones make stronger bones. Like that is his orbital bones will be stronger.
It depends on where, though, Justin. The orbital bone, I had my orbital broken, and for 6 months, I do this and my tooth would move. And it's right where my sinus cavity is. You remember when you hit me with the spinning elbow?
Your tooth would move?
Dude,
when you push
right
on
here,
your cheek?
And my tooth would move.
You ever seen the x-ray of Marab's nose?
No.
Dude, did I send it to you?
It looks like a spine.
Oh, dude.
He's got 33 vertebrae on his nose.
I mean,
it's literally fucking crazy.
I've had 3 broken noses. I've had it fixed twice.
Yeah, I know you had it fixed. You know, this is one. There it is. That's Marab's nose.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. I mean,
that looks like a long cocaine binge right there. It took out the whole fucking left side of his nose.
That looks like you got hit with a sledgehammer. I mean,
that's crazy.
That nose is crazy.
That is crazy.
That is like,
Eye injuries in MMA can affect a fighter's entire career. Once vision is impaired, distance, timing, and confidence all suffer. Unlike ordinary bruises, injuries such as a broken nose or orbital damage can require months of recovery. Even when the body heals, the biggest question is whether the fighter returns with the same confidence and mindset as before.
Ilia's in the hospital. He's busted up. You know, I'm not a doctor, but his eye looked like he probably has a broken orbital. I don't know that's not a fact, but I'm just assuming. And my plans for him are to go home and rest and recover and take his time. And you know, tonight was a rough night for him. I just want to make sure he's healthy and good, and not even thinking about him fighting again. Just want him to go home and relax.
Following the fight, Ilia Topuria was hospitalized, and Dana White expressed concern, mentioning the possibility of a fracture while noting that nothing had been officially confirmed. In MMA, situations involving uncertainty about a fighter's condition are taken very seriously, especially when vision may be affected. Problems with eyesight can disrupt distance management, timing, and defensive reactions, making eye-related injuries particularly concerning. Beyond ending fights, such injuries can have lasting effects on a fighter's performance, confidence, and long-term future inside the octagon.
Like Ilia's body, deal with his weight and don't get injured. I cannot give him advantage. If I give him advantage, yeah, it's gonna be easy work for him. So no, I want to put him pressure, give him hard work. Morten stay with him physically, which I was, but I cannot tell you which was the most competitive part, because with him everything is competitive. I cannot choose like striking, wrestling, grappling, because everywhere it's like it's crazy.
I think one of the coolest videos was the video that went viral was you showing Ilia the way that he was going to finish Max Holloway. Do you have any sort of like breakdown or things that you saw with Justin Gaethje as well? Obviously, you can't give too much away, but over time, is there going to be another video if the knockout happens this weekend where you're showing Ilia exactly how to do it?
I have to say that I don't know how it works with another brothers, but like I say, me and him, we are not just brothers, we are good friends. So it's very important to have, because sometimes for somebody, brother is something, family, and just, okay, when we sit on the table and the family, we speak about it. No, we are not that type of brothers. We are brothers, but at the same time, we are best friends.
This perspective comes from someone who has been present through every stage of Ilia's journey, witnessing the hard work, training sessions, setbacks, and growth firsthand. One thing stands out above all else. Ilia approaches everything with a competitive mindset, whether it is training, learning, or overcoming challenges. Beyond being brothers, they share a close friendship, making moments like these especially difficult. Seeing someone you deeply care about struggle can be more painful than any strike inside the cage, particularly when that person has achieved so much throughout their career.
Sequence started after the third round. Topuria got absolutely peppered, multiple shots to the right eye, and we could hear the translation while Topuria was on his stool, with his team calling for the doctor, saying that he could not see out of his right eye. If you can't see out of your eye, it's pretty simple. The doctor's going to come in, they're going to evaluate you, and if you're telling them that they can't see, they are going to, and they should appropriately, stop the fight. We see the ringside physician come in, he does a quick part of his assessment, which we'll talk about here in a little bit, and then afterwards he basically looks over to Marc Goddard and shakes his head and says no. Based on that doctor's initial assessment, Topuria cannot see. He is not safe to continue, and the doctor tells Marc Goddard, no, he can't see. Fight should be off. Looks like this other gentleman who then steps in is one of the other ringside physicians that was there. Maybe this...
It appeared that another official at ringside stepped in to check on Ilia's condition, possibly speaking with him directly during a critical moment in the fight. This was one of the closest points to a stoppage, not because of a knockout, but due to concerns about his vision. When a fighter reports difficulty seeing, the priority immediately becomes safety, and everyone pays close attention. Although the bout continued, that decision is likely to remain a topic of debate. What many people agree on, however, is Ilia's toughness. Throughout his career, he has consistently shown an unwillingness to give up, continuing to fight through adversity and difficult situations. Defeat is always possible in a sport as demanding as MMA, but a lack of effort has never been associated with him. His history proves he has repeatedly battled through some of the toughest moments imaginable inside the cage.